haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked.
And the Raiders have got him.
The quarterback sacked.
You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I'm going to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Cooper. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Mahomes now on 1st down. And finding Davis here, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 26 yards on the play there. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
First down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And a give this time to the tailback. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now
looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught at the 7.
Mahomes pass. Complete to number 86.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Let it well, and it's picked. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Cooper. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From the gun, Cooper. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
third.
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Brings up third down and 3 yards to go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
To number 89.
A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Taken down and sacked.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Another try after the first down sack. Cooper. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Gain of 17 yards. First down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
A gain of 19 yards. And a Raider first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Round and incomplete. It's now 2nd and...
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. shotgun snap to Mahomes. They will find Davis. That's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
A gain of 12. And a Las Vegas first down.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
End of the first half.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there. The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Raiders have retaken the lead.
Conversion.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And Denver getting set to take the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cooper firing quickly here, and that's complete. 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 77 36 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. This one caught by Davis. There he goes, left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
The kick is
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. So the Broncos coming out now. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cooper. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play. And that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And the Raiders have got him.
the quarterback sacked.
Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Number 80.
A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Cooper to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Mahomes firing complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 17 yards out, and the Raiders add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25 yards.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cooper. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. From the gun, Cooper. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Cooper throwing again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Cooper. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, Cooper. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Cooper. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Las Vegas.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Now here's Mahomes. He gets it to Brown, complete.
Mahomes.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Gain of 7. 1st down, Raiders.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Mahomes pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
1st and goal, Raiders.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw it here. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Raiders 42.
Big